So we're going to move into our ranked chat here, get through 2, maybe 3 replays, talk about ranked, how it's going, that sort of stuff. We'll comment on the gameplay here and there, but it's more just a relaxed, laid back, talk about it, that sort of thing. Did I link the Discord? Yes, I did. Okay. So since you're in here, Zardos, what do you want to see? Which ranked replay do you want? You can make the key choice.
Trying to remember which ones are on that you still have.
I just posted it in the Twitch thing here.
Let's go with the gearing.
Gearing? Alright, let's do gearing. Gearing, go!
Go.
Ryo Original, I'm guessing that's Igor. Yeah, and hey Ken, how's it going?
Yo.
Alright, so gearing. Have you guys seen a lot of gearings in ranked so far, and how have they been doing?
Better than Shima's, that's for sure.
Nice. Alright, so this is Dear Mr. Frodo in the gearing. You've seen him play before. Full flags, good things. Alright, so let's talk about the season. Yeah, we got a few more in here now. We got Edge in here too. Alright, so how's the season going for you guys? Anybody want to start off and kind of share their experience so far?
I guess I'll go. Yeah, it's been good. It's the first season that I consider myself to know how to play the game more or less.
Alright.
Playing Kava at the moment in ranked, and it seems to be working pretty nicely, actually.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, thanks to the Kava, I got to rank 6 now.
Wow. Maybe I'll have to switch to Kava. I love that ship. Anybody else want to chime in? How things going for you so far?
For me, it's not very well. I've just had awful teams, so I'm just kind of turned off to the whole thing. Got teammates shooting at each other more than shooting at the enemies.
Can I ask what rank are you playing at?
I'm at tier 8. This is like the second time I've ever played ranked at all.
Gotcha.
Do you
Okay.
mean like literally shooting at each other, or do you mean like yelling in chat?
No, like actually firing at each other.
Okay.
That's always fun. So, I mean, if that's happening, you know, I mean, you can always report them, sure. But, you know...
For all the good that does.
Right. The big thing I would say is look at ranked as an opportunity to really learn a ship or two. Nice smoke by Frodo, by the way. See that? The little arcing thing there? Anyway, I would say, like, just look at it that way. So if you're grinding up a ship, a tier 8, then just play that one. And if, you know, not, then play your favorite tier 8 ship and just have fun with it.
Oh yeah, I've just... Right now I've only got a few tier 8s, but I figure I'll go in there and play them every once in a while, but right now I think I'm only at, like, I don't know, like rank 22 or 21, something like that. I just have not played that much of it, and it's been kind of a turn off. Like I say, with all the people shooting at friendlies the whole game, it's like, what's the point?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that, for lack of a better way of saying it, that's what's going to happen at the lower ranks, right? Because these are people that are either extremely casual and really just don't care. They could be quote-unquote bad players, or they could be really good players that haven't played ranked and are just trying to move up. But most of the time, you're going to end up in those situations. The nice thing, though, is at those lower ranks, you don't lose your star for losses, right?
I'm not sure. We started out already on 10.
Up until like 18 or 20 or something, you don't lose stars on losses, and then for another 5 or so ranks, you get an extra star on rank up.
So the point I'm getting at is that the system is set to make it relatively easy to climb up the ranks, at least at the beginning, the early part of the ranks. So my recommendation for you, man, is for any mode, and this for anybody, but you play until you get really tired or frustrated. But with it being the lower, with the way the rank system works, my suggestion is just play at least until you get I don't know, rank 18, 19, 15. Some people like to go, what is it, 15 you get the commemorative flag?
I like to say that big part of ranked is just managing the frustration.
Yeah.
And if you go in with the right mindset, I've been just focusing on grinding my T10 mods at the moment. And sure, I may not play as well as some other ships that I would have, but I'm still playing alright. Grinding the mod, I'm not getting frustrated. I can just jump to another ship if I lose with that ship. I think that helps.
I'm noticing the time of day effect is pretty strong this time around.
What do you mean
So if
by
I play
that?
during like evening weekday prime times, I'll get a totally different set of players than I get if I played like I tried playing this morning and it was like very different people that play very differently, that communicate differently. I have to pick a different ship probably to like handle it differently.
Okay.
Well, what are
Everybody
really good
noticed the
ships
time
for tier
frame.
8s?
Everything's laying up like Christmas tree. Wingspan, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, different in a bad way or a good way?
So if you're trying to rank out, and assuming that you have like a reasonable amount of skill, so you fall somewhere like on the upper half of the skill curve for ranked, then you have to decide whether you're going to try and play a team type game or if you're going to try and carry, because you position differently, you do different things, you take different risks. I find that during the times of day when fewer people are playing, I have to carry more and team play less. But when I play during prime time, it's like all the players who have played a lot of clan battles, and there's sort of standard behaviors that you expect your teammates to do, and I can rely on them to do those things so I can team play more.
Okay. Yeah, I've been playing late at night. Only a couple nights a game. Or a couple games a night.
Yeah, if you go late enough at night, I think it goes back towards the like people who don't get a lot of clan battles because it's like out of their time zone. And so they'll play differently, and I would probably want to try and carry in those cases, as opposed to play really like positional.
Okay. Zardos, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I just wondering if anybody had any good recommendations for tier 8 ships that do better than others.
Well, what do you have, sir?
Boy, let's see. I got both of the U.S. Cruisers. Let's see. What else have I got? I got Bismarck, Tirpitz, Loyang, Kidd, which I really absolutely stink at destroyers. So
Tier 8
I'm
not
not really
all the
wanting
way
to.
to rank 15, right?
12, right? 12.
Rank 12.
No, 12 is the last irrevocable, but
Oh,
it's
yeah,
already in the
right.
tier 10 zone. The tier 10 zone started at 15 this season.
Yeah, I got the
Yeah, I
ranks from
don't have any
reversed.
tier 10 ships at all, so...
That's all
Do you
right.
have Massachusetts?
No, I've got an Alabama.
Like, if it stops at 15, then honestly, you can probably pick any ship. Doesn't really matter at this point.
There are some
Right.
ships that are you have a better chance of winning. You said you're not good at destroyer. I wouldn't play the Kid in ranked, but the Lo Yang actually is very powerful in tier 8 ranked.
Yeah, with a hydro and yeah.
Right.
So, I'm going to be a little bit of a devil's advocate there. I don't think Lo Yang is going to be as powerful when you're playing with players who haven't had a lot of experience, like fighting in ranked. So remember, if you go up the rank ladder in one season, you start higher the next season, and they pushed the tier 10 barrier down this season, which was really awkward. So rank 15 is the cutoff, and if you ranked out or were anywhere like the top 8 ranks or something last season, you actually don't touch a tier 8 ship. So anybody who's in a tier 8 ship at this point, you're guaranteed that they haven't played so much rank that they ranked out in the past, right? And if they don't know how to make use of the fact that you're outspotting enemy destroyers and you're forcing them off caps, then you're really going to feel the pain of having only 4 guns, for example, because you'll have to like trying to do everything yourself. So I think it'll be less strong than people historically give it credit for. Because I've played that a couple of times, and I've just been like, oh my god, I've had this guy lit for ages and nobody can hit him.
One other ship to consider from what you were listing out there, if you find yourself comfortable playing cruiser, Cleveland is incredibly strong in ranked because it has the radar, it has the hydro, it has defensive fire, so it comes with all the tools that you need to, you know, react to whatever the situation requires.
I agree, and on that, I would like to say also that I personally think it's very strong to play with cruisers that have feel at your rate. You can be a lot more daring, more aggressive.
Isn't there only one? 2 if you count Edinburgh?
There's 3.
That is premium.
What's the third one?
Prince Eugen.
Oh, Oregon has got to heal, you're right.
I mean, ultimately, I think, Zardos, it comes down to what you are most comfortable in. If you're most comfortable in a battleship, then play a battleship. If you're most comfortable in cruiser, do cruiser.
Yeah, I can get killed in anything, so.
On the other hand, it's a very good place to grind your tier 8 carrier, because the other carrier is probably also not going to be good.
No, I would be the carrier that was not good. I've tried playing carriers. I don't enjoy playing them.
Right.
I just refuse to play carriers. I just hate the play style. I hate the multitasking.
Are you seeing a lot of carriers in tier 8s?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I don't know. Personally, I would stick with what you're good at. If you're frustrated, if you're enjoying the mode, feel free to branch out and other things like what SAT suggested with carriers, or destroyers. Get some practice with destroyers, whatever. That's fine too.
I personally find when I'm frustrated, battleships are easier to play calmly. I think you're able to live a little bit longer, deal a little bit more damage if things really on your team aren't going well.
I don't know tier 8, but at tier 10, there's a lot of boosters and whatnot to burn you down.
Yeah, fair. You gotta make sure you know where they're at.
Yeah, but I mean, I think at tier 8, I think you're right. Cruisers are all over the place, so I wouldn't expect a lot of hardcore countering to your battleship, for example.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to playing Massachusetts, but unfortunately, like Ed said, I started at rank 15, so I didn't get to play it. But I would choose that, or maybe Tirpitz if you got a good secondary build, and you're not seeing carriers.
All right. Anybody else want to chime in with how the season's been going for them? I don't think we've heard from Ken or SAT yet.
I started spamming Stalingrad at first, because why not? And that was fun for about 10 battles, but recently I've been switching off and playing Montana, and been having pretty good success. I think I'm up to 9 at about a 74% win rate. So, like you, I stop when I get a run of good wins and then just call it a day.
Mm-hmm. Why only 10 games and then stop in the Stalingrad? What about it made you stop playing it?
It's just very one-dimensional. I felt like it sort of got a little dry. I mean, the guns are a lot of fun, but yeah, I don't know. I wasn't able to. I don't know, it's stressful to make sure you're getting in the right positions all the time. I think is the big thing for me.
Got it. While we're talking about Stalingrad, how about we load up one of the 4 replays that I have for it? Edge, which one did you send in?
Uh,
You remember the map?
shoot. No, it was. No, I don't remember.
All right. Well, I've got